My name is Sam Parker. I'm an artist working in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm having an art show opening at Beep Beep Gallery on July 11th. It's titled Neoteny. Neoteny means showing that it's when a species or a member of a species shows juvenile characteristics like a teacup poodle or something like that, showing, looking like a puppy for its entire life. But I interpreted it in the sense of showing, of continuing to have juvenile tendencies and specifically to have juvenile tendencies in my artwork. I think it's a little bit ironic in the sense that I feel like this work is maybe the most mature work I've ever made. For the most part, all of the drawings in Neoteny have started very similarly to how I remember drawing when I was 4 and 5 years old, where I would like color and make things, and then all of a sudden there was an eye, and out of that eye there was all of a sudden a dragon coming out of it. These things are happening very much the same way, where it's mark making, it's not image making, at least initially. All kinds of images emerged out of them because I think I just gravitate towards narrative, and I gravitate towards objects. I gravitate towards things that are recognizable in my work, but in many of them, my intention in the forefront was to make nothing. But not to limit myself to nothing, to allow this kind of mark making and this repetitive pattern making to turn into things as it turned into them. In a lot of ways, it was less conscious, trying to incorporate all of these different things that I've done. I think it was allowing myself the opportunity to just let all of these marks out. Like, I've been doing graffiti since I was 11 years old, so 23 years. I've been tattooing for 16 years. I've been drawing since I was 2 or 3 years old. I've been painting for the same amount of time, you know, and I've done studies and studies of different things, and not think about this thing or that thing and how do these things relate to each other. But the marks are all there. They're all internalized. They're all in my hand. My hand knows how to make those marks. So this work was really getting away from conceptualizing anything. I think if anything, the concept came afterwards. The ideas came afterwards. What I really admire about Beep Beep is that it's not, the bottom line is, they're not going to dictate, I want your work to look like this because we can sell this. Beep Beep is much more about supporting local art community. I think even initially when I showed Mark and James the first couple pieces that were in this series, they were kind of like, oh, this is so different from the stuff that you've done in the past. They seemed a little bit nervous about it, but they were like, well, I want to see more. And as I kept producing more, they were like, yeah, this is it. This is right. I want my development as an artist to be as organic as possible and not contrived by a curator or a gallery or the market. Or I've been involved in galleries where they want you to produce this because they can't sell the stuff you're making now, but the stuff that you're making 2 years ago, that was hot. Fuck that. My name is Sam Parker, and I am having an art show